Are you ready to make your decision based on the answers that you've received here this morning?
I would just like to ask you if I could. I just implore the three of you as judges for our community. I just want to be allowed to vote like every other citizen in Cumberland County has voted in the past, and I hope in the future. I'm asking you, please allow me to go back to a machine and vote privately at a machine like the law says I'm entitled to. In either primary, I have chosen Republican candidates that I want to vote for, and I'm asking you not to force me to vote on a paper ballot that's going to be sealed. I want to go to a machine and vote like everyone else in this election's been allowed to do. I'm asking you to allow me to do that.
I think it's appropriate to emphasize that this is an unprecedented thing that you're doing today. It's never happened in this county, and as far as I know, in this state. So what you guys are doing today has ramifications long-term throughout the county and the state of Tennessee with respect to her right to vote and with respect to her right to be treated just like everybody else under the Constitution. She has a right to equal protection. So when you deny her the right to vote without denying the chairman of the Democratic women's group that same right, you are denying her right to equal protection.
And Mr. Smith, I will clarify to you that this has been the only challenge that we have received. It is not our job to make challenges. It is our job to just see the process through once that there is. The TCA does allow for this challenge to happen, and as you just said, I think this is unprecedented, and we are the ones that are going through this process today. And I appreciate that Mickey has come back and continued to do the process regardless of what the outcome is.
We felt there were huge irregularities yesterday, so we hope that the law will be followed today.
What was the decision, please? We can't hear.
We haven't heard yet.
No, there's not been one. What is your decision where Ms. Eldridge is concerned? Are you going to permit her to vote a Republican ballot, or are you going to ask her to vote on a paper ballot and reject that she has?
Each individual judge needs to express your decision.
Okay.
Do we have to do that verbally, or do we have
yes,
to?
right now.
Do we have any counsel at all?
We don't. This is the process for, from what I understand, this is the process for a challenged voter on the basis of a primary.
Well,
It was done fairly. Everything was done.
Well, you know, we
don't want to comment any further on what happened yesterday. We're here today,
mhm.
and we expect you to follow along. We want to hear your decision.
I think that she deserves to know whether she can vote in a Republican primary today. That is the process. Yes, that is the process.
You have to make decisions as judges, and you need to do that.
Go ahead, Becky.
Well, I think I should voice all three of our opinions.
He
I don't
wants-
see us
he wants
judges vote
individually.
individually. as
Well,
the
I'm going to
statute
express
requires.
mine then, because I have that right at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a machine operator. We three are machine operators, and what happened yesterday, what surprised us three, I think everybody should have the right to vote. And we don't want to have to make this decision. We didn't ask for this decision to be made. And I think, and I'm sure the other two, you can ask them yourself, and I'm sure they will tell you, I think everybody should have the right to vote. And
Your decision,
I wish we wasn't in this mess, and I'm sure they will agree with that.
Can you tell me
I
why we
feel,
are?
Just let them make the decision.
That's where we're at, is the decision.
I probably would like to ask that to you. I know what party that I'm in. I've been in it since I was first voting. I am proud. I come up here to help.
I want to make sure everybody has that fair right, and I want to make sure that we all have that right. My children. And I'm very, very much wanting you to have your right. I want my children to have, I want your children to have that right. And I don't know how come I'm up here helping. I don't know why. Maybe this is it. Maybe I can help to make a stand. But all of us as citizens of Cumberland County needs to come together for the good of all our children. Is this not correct? Can she say yes or no?
We're waiting for your decision, ma'am. I mean, we're at that point. I appreciate your sentiments, but y'all are going to have to decide this.
Do you and someone to say anything?
Go ahead.
You are.
I'll say it. Me personally, I don't know about these two ladies. I say no.
I say no. And I would like to say it has nothing to do with what party you are in. It entirely stems from my personal beliefs as to your motives, and from what I've read concerning the law, I have every right to say no, only to you voting Republican at this time, as representing the Republicans of Cumberland County.
No, she's making her, she's decided her own motives, I guess.
Okay, Gail, it's your turn. Gail, did you say yes or no?
No.
Very well, you've just allowed her right to vote in your own party.
Well, we are, is she going to issue a paper ballot today, Mr. Smith? That is part of the process, that she can, in privacy, we have a ballot for her to fill out.
She's going to exercise her right to vote.
She can, is she declining to fill out a paper ballot today as part of that process? Yes, ma'am.
If I fill out that vote, that paper ballot to vote, how and when may it or can it be counted so that my vote will count for the candidates that I've pledged my support to and told I would vote for?
The process is you will fill this ballot out. It goes in a sealed envelope. The judges will write down their reasoning for rejecting you the opportunity to vote in the Republican primary.
And I will get a copy of that?
That I will check with the state of Tennessee election office and see what information that we give to you and your attorney. Okay. And but what this will be, Mickey, is this is put in the ballot box.
They declined to allow her the right to vote in their own party.
And
Republican judges.
And Mickey, this ballot will go into the ballot box on election day. It is laid to the side. If this election is contested, then the judge is who will have the right to open this ballot and say whether that vote can be counted.
So if I cast that written ballot today,
in the primary, you're voting is primary.
If I cast that ballot in writing today, unless there is some sort of a contested election, my votes will not count.
My understanding that the judge in the contested election is who has the right to open your ballot.
They have forced you to either not vote in the Republican primary, vote in the Democratic primary, or go to Chancery Court and demand that your vote be counted. That's what they've done.
So the decision, if you want to cast the paper ballot, or if you want to walk back out, cast and vote in the Democrat primary and the general ballot, you may do that today. This is only for the Republican primary in which you applied to vote.
All right, if you give me a moment, my client will decide what we want to do.
Who was the party that issued this challenge?
It was a candidate's.
Which candidate?
It was
Eric Swofford.
Eric Swofford's
Thank you.
candidate, yes.
Was he the one that asked you that, or was it?
The poll watcher.
It was his aunt.
For his
Eric
campaign.
Swofford's aunt came over after she had picked up her ballots. Somehow she knew that Miss
So it
Eldridge was
wasn't
seeking
Eric
to vote.
Swofford, it was
It was his
somebody
aunt
for
who,
him.
It
who
was
actually
his-
changed
it
out
was-
of Eric Swofford's shirt
Okay.
on Main Street to put another shirt on in order to come in and challenge,
Okay.
and somehow knew to challenge Miss Eldridge.
Okay.
That's very, very questionable. We think we know what happened.
I see, Jimmy.